Good morning and welcome back to World Talks as we discuss Ursula von der Leyen's recent visit to Poland. During her visit to Poland on September 19th, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced an €11 billion flood recovery package. The package is meant to aid the countries affected by devastating floods caused by Storm Boris: Poland, the Czech Republic, Romania and Austria. Will this be enough? And how has this been received by other EU members? To discuss, I am joined here this morning by Jan Olbrycht, Polish MEP. Good morning, sir. Delighted to have you with us.
Yes, good morning, Jessa. I would like to correct a bit. I'm the former member of Parliament the last 20 years, but I was working on the European funds. So that's why the information from yesterday was very important for me. Yeah, you know, this kind of reaction, I mean, the very, very quick decision of Ursula von der Leyen, in fact, was linked to the European financial system. Because in such a situation, we have several tools to react. One is the main one is the Solidarity Fund, but to get money for Solidarity Fund is necessary to estimate the damage. And of course, we will have to estimate after the main part of flood is gone. So this is first. The second tool, which can be used very, very rarely, is to change the system of cohesion funds. And this was implemented by Ursula von der Leyen yesterday in Poland. And I think that this is received very positively in all the political groups in Parliament, but also in Europe. Why? Because this is the tool which should be used to avoid the administrative complexity and burden. So I think this is the speed which is important.
Right, so do you think that this will be enough? Poland, in addition, decided to spend €470 million, right? So that will be for the local recovery effort. And then we have the European funds as well. However, as you said, the cost, the level of the damage is difficult to assess at the moment. So do you think that additional funding will be received?
So, of course, it's not enough because the damage is, we don't know the scale of damage now. So the question is how we can find some additional money. But for a moment, I think it's everything which can be done, not destroying the whole system of European funds. So we have to first of all to use these cohesion funds in a very simplified way. And also, what is very important, that in such a case, we will not have to use in Poland, in Czech Republic, Slovakia and Austria, the co-financement. So we will not have to give Polish money to this. It will be 100% for European money, which is absolutely, in fact, additional money. The second is estimate the cost, and we will see how much we can get from Solidarity Fund. So it's very difficult to say how much money at the end it will be possible. For a moment, it's everything which can be done.
Right, so aside from the economic aspect of the meeting, what will be some of the political implications? You've mentioned that this paints Ursula von der Leyen in a favorable manner, but what is the assessment of her actions as of now, and why is she doing what she's doing? Does she have perhaps some other motives?
Yes, there are several dimensions. I mean, first is that the president of the commission, before nominating the new commissioners, please do not forget it, she's going to the place of tragedy and to see it with her own eyes. So I think politically it's very important. Secondly is where it is. And I think that this is importance of Poland today, and namely the Donald Tusk importance in Europe. So this is the place. Of course, this is the flood, the most difficult for this part of the region. But let's not forget what happened in Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Lower Austria, for example. And the meeting was in Poland, in Wrocław. So I think, politically speaking, is a very important sign that this part of Europe, and namely Poland, is important. But you know, we can see immediately reaction for what you have just described in your news of Viktor Orban, who expressed his dissatisfaction with the scale of help, but also, I think, about the way it is doing, and avoid the actual presidency of EU, which is now Hungary in the Council of EU. So I think the reaction is very clear that politically this meeting was and still is very important.
So before we move on to Viktor Orban, let me ask you about Poland's domestic issues. How important, as you mentioned, is this meeting for Poland's ruling coalition in sort of perhaps trying to demonstrate close ties with the EU, and sort of what kind of impact will this have on the Polish government?
You know, politically speaking, you know, I'm a politician, so the politically speaking is, okay, what will be the reaction of the people of Poland, of all of us? This is for the politician is the most important. If the people they can judge, what about efficiency? What about the possibility to get some very clear reaction? And I think, politically speaking, is a very good sign that this the government is efficient and can do it, and of course can arrange something. For the opposition, which we can also see now, is that to criticize that, for example, is not enough, and the money is not enough to face the damage, etc. Of course, they hide their knowledge about the system of EU. The system of EU is not very simple. It's not just like the system of the bank. This is the system which can use all the possible tools which are prepared to react. And of course, everybody who knows the system knows that this is very, very, very clearly positive sign. But of course, politically speaking, the floods, like all the tragedies, can be used like the way to show efficiency. But I don't think that the serious politician in such a situation is thinking just about the political profits. I mean, the serious politician is first thinking about people and their tragedy, and of course the political debate, and of course the users' criticism in such a very difficult moment can be damaging for these who are using it for political profit.
Right, but after this initial crisis is addressed, do you think that we'll see some blame game in Polish politics between opposition and the ruling coalition, or perhaps also blaming some local governments, politicians on a local level, right, such as city mayors, for the lack of proper response?
Yes, I think it's normal, but you know, now we are, all of us are in a shock, and especially the mayors are on the field. They are fighting, and especially they are doing everything they can do. But of course, we can see, like everywhere, and always blaming each other. I think that what will be the most important will be to correct and to check the system, especially the system of civil protection, which was in fact destroyed, and of course doesn't exist in a very correct way. And we have to remember that in the European Union, the whole system of civil protection is well developed. So I think this will be one of the conclusions for after the flood. But now it's not the time. Now is the time of helping the people. So, but I think, as you said, I mean, this is, you know, politics. After the most difficult moment, we can see that some political actors will try to use it to win the attractiveness of the people.
Right. So, and do you think that this crisis will have an impact on the Polish presidency of the Council of the EU, which will start during the winter, right, following Hungary's?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. I can tell you, because I was responsible for the negotiating the budget on behalf of the parliament, and we managed as member of the parliament to change, for example, the solidarity fund. This fund, which will be used for the consequences of floods. This was our reaction. So, but Polish presidency in January will start with discussing the new budget. Please do not forget that our candidate is the candidate for Commission for Budget. And of course, the situation in our countries will be also the argument to show, and while starting the debate about budget, that this fund for catastrophes and something which is unexpected should be bigger. And I think the influence of this situation would be very, very important for Polish presidency, because Polish presidency will in fact create the framework for the work on the next budget of EU. I think that Piotr Serafin, which I know is very good special professional, will try to show that we need bigger funds in this European system, because this kind of tragedies, catastrophes are more and more often in Europe.
So at the very end, let me just ask you about the European Commission nominees, for commissioners. What is your assessment of Ursula von der Leyen's choices, and will we see some changes in your opinion?
You know, she has some successes and she has some failures, because she wanted to introduce the very, very concretely the gender balance. That's why she wanted each government to present 2 candidates, 1 man, 1 female. And of course, in fact, what could give her the possibility to make the decision, which of them. The reaction of the government was in most of them was negative. It's just sending 1 candidate. Well, of course, which would not give the clear gender balance. So this is first, which we can say it's not very big success of Ursula von der Leyen. At the other hand, I think that she managed to have discussions with the government about the candidates, the quality of candidates, etc. And of course, what will be very interesting is the structure of the Commission itself. It's not only the quality of the concrete commissioners, because we will see it during the hearings in the Parliament, because the commissioners will have to present how well they are prepared for their portfolio. And of course, it can happen that some of them will be rejected, which will not be for sure the case with Polish case. But I think that for Ursula von der Leyen, the situation, how to create this good, efficient structure, and I think that she had some experience from the last 5 years, and I think she will have to avoid very big differences in the competences between the commissioners. I think it was not a good solution, and she will try to avoid it.
Jan Olbrycht, thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise this morning. Much appreciated.
Have a good day. Thank you.
And thank you for watching World Talks. Please stay tuned for more here on TPP World. News Bulletin coming up at the top of the hour.